Are on Howling Peak. This is a 2-player map, even though it looks like a 4-player map.
No, he doesn't. Sorry, I just want to point out he doesn't advance to the grand final. He advances to fight the winner of the winners bracket final.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, that's me being wrong, as yours all. So yeah, we do have, of course, the 2 players spawning. Chris, would you like to introduce them?
I would love to introduce the 2 players. So, ladies and gentlemen, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Howling Peaks, playing for Team Millennium as the blue Terran, we have Dragon. And spawning in the top right-hand corner as the red Terran, currently residing in the Ministry of Wind and playing for Team Apex, we have MorroW.
Yeah, 2 excellent players here, showing that they TVT very well. Interesting enough, MorroW hasn't switched to Zerg.
Has he not?
We do know that he does switch because he hates mirror matchups, and interestingly enough, it seems like he has picked and settled with Terran.
Well, who knows? That may be the rule in this tournament. I mean, it is being run by Germans.
What? What have Germans got something against Terrans switching to Zerg? Or?
No, it's to do with it's an ESL joke. Don't worry.
Oh, okay, that's all right. Then.
All right. Yeah, don't worry. Alright, so we're seeing both players doing simultaneous builds at the moment. Synchronized builds. Until that happens, Dragon is beginning to throw down his gas. Yeah. And we may see him go for that early Reaper again.
We've seen this a lot out with Dragon, that early gas. And that is where...
Unfortunately, every time he's done it, he's gone for the Reaper. And every time he's done that, it hasn't worked.
Yeah, and we are getting confirmation from the chat. I say confirmation. We're getting another person saying that MorroW is settled with Terran for Heart of the Swarm, so that's good to hear. That if he does settle with a race, his play will be so much better because obviously he doesn't need to learn 2 races, which cuts his learning time in half and his playing time doubles.
I agree. So thank you very much to the person in the chat who did point that out to us. And there we go. There's the tech lab on this barracks. This is exactly the same build from Dragon out of as last time.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, and that's exactly.
The thing is, it hasn't worked. Every time we've seen it, it hasn't worked.
Well, I mean, it allows him to get that expansion out. It allows him to pressure MorroW. We're seeing almost an identical game to the last one. Hopefully, we don't see 120 SCVs and a 40-minute game. I'd like to see the interesting mid game again, though. That's definitely true.
Absolutely. I doubt we won't see any Widow Mines.
Yeah, Widow Mines I could close my eyes.
There we go. There's Morrow's 2 gas. We will see a reactor going down on something very soon. And then I'm almost positive that we'll be seeing some Widow Mines after that.
Definitely. Dragon, again, pumping out the Reapers. Still not going for any sort of upgrades, though. Not the stim. So it looks like he might be going for a mech build yet again. The factory and the barracks move kind of confirms that. The first kind of Reaper making its way across the map is going to get an SCV kill, I believe. Yeah, it looks like he will. He needs to micro that just a little bit better, and he will definitely get that. But the SCV might actually get away.
Absolutely. This SCV is doing a good job of running. It's 1 shot away from dying, I think. Oh, is there anything back at home to defend it? We will see. It gets up the run. There's a Marine, but it doesn't get away. Oh, that was like a horror movie. That was horrific. But the bunker does finish just in time. So this Reaper is now going to have to dance around the outside. And can it get past those 2 rocks on the side of the barracks?
I'm not entirely sure. We might see that very soon. But again, Dragon just letting this Reaper wail on a building when there is an SCV almost in range if he does kind of sweep around the side. And it looks like the Reaper can't go past these rocks, which is interesting to say the least.
That is interesting. That's very useful for MorroW, who has a really good positioning here. And we're seeing some nice micro here. Both players dancing around, getting that combat drugs, using that bunker, and there we go. The Reaper does go down. Yeah,
the Reaper is obliterated into several small parts by a Marine bullet. So that's interesting physics for you, picky people. We are seeing the first Widow Mine come out, and I did see it, but I don't know where it's gone in the production tab. Or was that MorroW?
No, Dragon did build a Widow Mine, and we're now going to be seeing MorroW build some after he has his initial Hellions out. This is the build that MorroW has been going for pretty much every game we've seen him.
Yeah, definitely. Dragon's SCV is wandering up to the top left. Is he going for another hidden base? That is ballsy.
I really hope so. I really hope so. Please, 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 please.
It has to be.
He's building up minerals. I think he may be scouting for proxies. He's just chilling.
No, that's not a proxy scout. That has to be. a command center coming
He
down
doesn't
very
have
soon.
minerals though. He's busy spending them, and down it comes. No, it's now done. It's now just moving around, chilling.
And the Banshee is on the way. It's going to
Oh my
intercept
god,
these
it's
Hellions.
gonna be an expansion. He's sitting right in the spot to build an expansion, but he doesn't have the money for it.
Oh, Banshee missing that Hellion there. Could have got a pot shot off at it.
Yep,
the
it's
Widowmine
off.
is down, and it will... Oh, it just
Oh,
misses
so
the
close.
Hellions.
Yep, and these Hellions will get one SCV kill. The others will manage to escape. Even the Mule does manage to escape, but the Widowmine will get one of these Hellions. The other one does manage to live, and will just begin to wail on this CC. It may take a while.
Yeah, I mean... I don't like this Hellion's chances of surviving, but it might actually get another SCV kill, and yes it will. But the Banshee of Dragon making its way across. MorroW currently doesn't have any Widowmines, but he does have a Scanner and a Viking, and this Banshee...
There is a Widowmine in the back. If he goes in, this is going to be...
Oh, he's gonna...
And there it goes! Bye, Banshee.
Boom! Boom goes the dynamite. And we do see another Widowmine coming up to this top left-hand side corner. Dragon's still not putting down this expansion, but I assume it's coming. It just has to be. Oh, Widowmine of MorroW getting caught out. Oh no, the Banshee misses it.
It's always a god. Dragon, what are you doing? Dragon, this Banshee does go into the main base, will get 2 SCV kills at minimum, and it's just going to go straight to a Widowmine.
He's not going to lose this Widow.
Oh.
Dragon, that is sloppy, but the command center is coming down to the top left-hand side, and again, this game is very even. It looks like Millennium Dragon's Widowmine on the right-hand side here did manage to kill something, possibly a Hellion, but MorroW cleaning up those 2 Banshees fairly, easily without losing almost anything. I think he lost 1 SCV and 1 scan, and he's now establishing a 3rd command center of his own, but of course this won't be able to mine just yet as quick as Dragons will anyway, and of course MorroW will not know about it. So these slight little differences in the TVT are the ones that kind of build to that big finish, but we do see Widowmines kind of controlling the map. Hellions coming across, but the Widowmines are not burrowed.
It will get one of those Hellions. Really good micro, able to get it away, and this other Widowmine is just going to chill, but it will get killed off because of that scan. It's going to attempt to reburrow, but it will not make it.
No, but the one on the right did, and the one on the left just getting killed. But of course, the one on the right surviving. MorroW not allowing Dragon to get any sort of Widowmines down, and the Marine scouting for the hidden expansions, but it didn't check the top left.
There is the top. There is the hidden expansion. I didn't actually notice him throw it down.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, doing such a good job, Dragon here, of kind of tricking MorroW, not letting him know what's going on. But Dragon's unit control this game is a little bit sloppy, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's been on move command so many times and just thrown the 2 Banshees into the same Widowmine twice.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, here we go. 2 Vikings are focusing down at this barracks, but the barracks is going to land, so it will manage to survive unless these Vikings decide to land, in which case we'll see the little dance of the raids and land, whereas Dragon is beginning to SCV up this base, and there we go. Vikings have landed. Will we see this barracks raised up? Oh, no, we see the Vikings raised up to avoid the tank. So that's interesting.
Yeah, this is like... Oh, look at the delay on the missiles there. Just trading a Viking for a Viking. But you see 2 Widowmines burrowing from MorroW. But of course, Dragon must have seen them, and he will not run his tanks over, I hope. 2 Widowmines of Dragon now. So it's Widowmine on Widowmine positioning yet again. And both those Vikings just bit the dust. Oh, sorry, that single Viking just bit the dust, and MorroW is expanding, but of course Dragon already has this base, and he's making another base. Dragon just staying ahead in the economy, but I just don't want to see him make 120 SCVs again.
Yeah, Dragon seems to enjoy playing greedy, from what we've seen.
There's greedy, and there's 120 SCVs.
Yeah, MorroW has not scouted that hidden base yet, again.
No, I mean, he wouldn't think Dragon would be kind of daring enough to do that twice in 2 games, but
yeah, but
apparently
he didn't think he was daring enough to do it once.
Yeah, but apparently Dragon is very daring. These tanks taking out the Widowmines with the help of a scan, both of those go down. How much is a Widowmine? That is a very good question. A Widowmine is 75 minerals, 25 gas. Oh my god, they are cheap.
They are very cheap. They haven't actually been made any more expensive since when they were suicide units. So this is crazy with the current Widowmine.
Yeah, definitely. And again, these Widowmines are going to do some damage, taking out a Viking and serious damage to a 4 as well.
Absolutely, but that Viking did go down, and the tank almost went down, so that was very close.
Yeah, indeed. Like, Widowmines are just so good at controlling space, stopping harassment, pushing, being aggressive, being defensive. Something's got to change about these mines.
They will change eventually, but at the moment beta is beta. This is a playtest beta, so they're seeing how all the units play and how enjoyable they are to watch. And the Widowmine, I think it will stay in its current iteration, but something about it will be changed. Whether it's the damage or the price, we will see very shortly. And this tank will be able to get a lot of damage done to these Hellions, but it does get picked off by the 2 tanks in their normal movement mode. And oh my god, what's going to get hit? It's the Widowmine! But the other one does manage to live, and they're shuffling their way forward. Widowmine goes down and takes out its fellow Widowmine due to a really good timing scan. These tanks will be taken down eventually by the SCVs or the 4s. 4's going to do a lot of damage. There's so many 4s here for Dragon.
Yeah, this is kind of the new kind of situation we're seeing. We're seeing 4s being used as the tank. And of course, tanks raining down damage from behind the 4 line, but the Widowmine survives, and it's actually going to do some damage in just a second. This is why Terrans just need to bring the Ravens along. Again, losing a Hellion, but he really didn't have to.
Yeah, it's been so weird. It's so different to what we've seen previously.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it almost seems like whenever you play Terran, you need detection with you, or you're going to lose battles, and that is what we're seeing here.
Well, I think what we're seeing here is whenever you play any race, you need detection, or at least except when you're Protoss, where it seems if you're playing against a Protoss, you need early game defense.
Yeah, again, he's going to lose a unit here. He's going to lose probably this Viking. Yeah, he loses a Viking, and then he's probably going to lose a tank as well. But good scan there, just denying those 2 Widowmines. But again, Dragon is just expanding everywhere.
This is crazy. He's just going to every... I really hope that he doesn't do the same as last time.
Well, let's check how many SCVs he's on. He's on a reasonable amount at the moment. He's on 75.
Okay, that's good. And he's not building it. Nope, he's building 2.
But, yeah, I mean, you see the kind of base advantage right now. MorroW's trying to establish this 4th base down here. He only has 3 mining bases at the moment, while Dragon currently has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases mining and a 6th one coming. But MorroW is packing down the middle with a decently sized army. He's swinging around this right hand side as well, just waiting for SCVs to appear. And I don't think they're going to at the moment. At least they shouldn't. But Dragon's gas count is going through the roof. He has so many bases mining gas, and this is just going to allow him to build up the tanks, build up the 4s, take complete and utter army advantage very, very shortly.
I couldn't agree more. This is really, really insane to watch. I don't really have words. I'm just getting really confused by the amount that's going on at the moment. Oh, he's focusing it down with the SCVs, but it's not going to be enough. Oh, apparently SCVs can tank a Widowmine.
Well, SCVs actually have 45 health, so they're the only worker unit that can survive the splash of a Widowmine.
That is pretty crazy. And we're also seeing a +3 Terran vehicle weapons for Millennium Dragon, whereas, oh my god, MorroW has only just started 1-1.
Yeah, exactly. But of course, the armor upgrade is what's important in mech versus mech battles, I believe. Dragon really quick by moving his units there, saving all of those SCVs from the Hellions. And this time he does actually have to save SCVs, even though he's approaching that dangerous mark of SCVs again. And he's letting the Hellions kill them in this situation. That's pretty sloppy.
Yeah, that was very sloppy. And I would just like to point something out with the... With what Dragon's doing, he's actually throwing down CCs that he's turning into orbitals this time.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully he realizes that, you can trade SCVs for mules and get a bigger army. I hope he realizes that.
I'm sure he realizes. I'm almost positive that the last game was a bit of a troll. Oh, and something went down. I think that was a Viking. Yep, that was a Viking. Widowmines once again being in position. Such a good unit, but they're definitely they're so enjoyable to watch. But I'm almost positive that they'll be changing somewhere or another.
Yeah, well, you'd think that, but maybe not. I mean, it might be completely different in a day or two, but it might remain the same. You never know. But 2 Widowmines now making their way, and they
just out of range. They will get the one that is building though, and tanks of Dragon are laying siege to the expansion of MorroW, and that expansion will go down unless MorroW is able to get there, but his army is currently out of position. It's barreling down on Millennium Dragon. It has some battle Hellions in to help out, and they are just annihilating these tanks right now, and he is pushing forward, and the Widowmines have pretty much used up all their shots. It's looking dangerous for Dragon right now. MorroW has taken a supply lead. This is really dangerous.
Yeah, he has taken a supply lead, but Dragon is, using tanks to siege up this right-hand side, using tanks to push into the left-hand side. MorroW's barreling down the middle, but MorroW's army is shrinking while Dragon's is kind of, his harassment is staying the same. But MorroW is just barreling down the middle right now. Tanks sieging up on this left-hand side. They are going to go down. MorroW's army still stands, and he is pushing forward. This could be the hammer blow.
Next to a Widow Mine, and gets 2 Battle Hellions and does do serious damage to a tank. Tanks do some serious damage to each other. MorroW is moving out with this small contingency of 4 tanks and Hellions, whereas his frontline forces are actually still managing to push through. They're doing so much damage. This is normal Terran sieging up, but finally he's going to get Millennium Dragon's hidden base.
Yeah, definitely, and that's what's going to win MorroW this battle. His upgrades are getting better as well. His unit compositions are getting better. He's taking more bases. He's denying the bases and the production of Dragon, and this is exactly how MorroW needs to win this game. He's currently 30 supply ahead, and the tanks are sacrificing themselves. This is really, really bad for Dragon, but he might just have enough to win here.
I think he would have had enough if he hadn't sieged up there, but he managed to have enough. The tank goes down to something. I'm not really sure what killed it there. Oh my god, here come the Widow Mines. Warren's going to get focused down by this tank, and the Widow Mines just run straight past. They don't give a damn. And they're going to siege up next to a missile turret. Seems legit.
Why not? Why not? But in the meantime, MorroW has been clearing out this left-hand side base, and now he's making his way down to this planetary fortress, and he can definitely kill this quicker than Dragon can defend it. And I think MorroW is carving the way to a victory here.
He is. He might actually do this. He's getting rid of all these hidden expansions. He's actually pushing through. He's ahead by 20 supply. And he's managed to crush Dragon's Bank. Dragon's Bank has gone down to 700 over there, where it was 1,000 before. And MorroW's almost maxed.
Yeah, definitely. And then MorroW clears up bases. He's taking more bases of his own. But of course, the army supply is very, very even right now. Basically, it comes down to who can catch the other one out of position. And generally, these two players are very, very good at that. So it's going to be a tough one, but there are Widow Mines just absolutely everywhere for Dragon right now.
Dragon is so good with his Widow Mines, and it looks like MorroW, clutch scan, stops himself dying to another Widow Mine. A couple more have just burrowed, but they're just being focused down instantly. And the Viking going on ahead, pulling out the shots from the Widow Mines. And here we go. Great siege up there, but Dragon was already sieged up and has done huge amounts of damage with his +3 upgrades. And MorroW is still in range.
That's very clever. MorroW dropping mules on the siege line of Dragon, so they do friendly fire, only doing a little bit of damage, but it's a little bit extra damage that it wouldn't have got. Dragon trying to expand again to these top 2 locations. MorroW is bearing down, and another good siege line by MorroW here, keeping control of this game.
Absolutely, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him drop a couple more mules in order to sort of troll this tank line, but it looks like he is just going to let it unsiege and get away. Dragon has unsieged himself and is moving around towards MorroW's bases.
Yeah, I mean, Dragon, you in TVT, even now, you can't go into a siege line like that, but MorroW is just taking advantage of his positioning. He's now sieging up next to this, bottom right-hand base, but Dragon is making his way to the bottom right-hand base of MorroW himself as well, and trying to establish his left-hand side, and, of course, burrowing Widow Mines in mineral lines. That could almost be a poem, Chris.
It almost could, and it looks like that base of Dragon is going to go down. It is burning. The SCVs probably won't get the chance to repair it. And Dragon is doing huge amounts of damage now with this siege line. Both players are sort of crushing each other's bases right now, but this isn't far from a base race right now.
No, definitely not. This is slightly different to what we usually see in TVT. Because the map is so wide and so, the attack paths are just so many, what we're seeing is small contingencies of mech fighting expansions, fighting other mech units. What you'd usually see in these sort of situations is the fact that, most of the time is they wait for 200-200 and they have one big battle. Whoever gains the best position wins. But in this, we're seeing a lot of variety, and that is very, very good for the game.
That is true, and Dragon is currently very badly supply blocked right now. He's building another CC, but no supply depots.
I mean, CCs count for supply anyway, so I guess Dragon isn't too worried about the supply depots. He'd rather just have more CCs, to be perfectly honest with you.
There we go. 4 supply depots are on the way, though. And MorroW is in a really good position here. And, oh, Missile Turret's just out of range of that Banshee.
Yeah, indeed. But MorroW bearing down on Dragon's kind of assault on the top right now. And Dragon can't break the siege line. The Banshee's doing such a good job, actually. Are these missile turrets lower range than normal? Because that looks in range.
He hasn't got the range upgrade yet for his Factory Fortress or his missile turrets. So it does have the detection though, so he will be able to get this Viking, this Banshee eventually with his Viking, unless Dragon decides to, you know, step a couple feet backwards.
Yeah, there is currently a Viking of MorroW trying to kill a command center, which has a command center floating above it on the top left-hand side. But we do see MorroW pushing again. He is just containing Dragon and killing expansions, but Dragon has a massive army barreling up the right-hand side where MorroW currently has nothing. This could decide a game here.
It really could, and we are seeing Dragon moving in. He's gonna get this base. Will it be lifted up? It doesn't matter anymore as it is on fire, and there is only one SCV there to repair it. And Dragon moving his way in, doing so much damage, and we're seeing MorroW's force coming round the back to try and catch his army out of position. Dragon is not sieged. He's gonna stay in his unsieged mode, microing forward with the ones that are unsieged and sieging up in the back, and the fours get decimated.
Yeah, that's exactly what Dragon needs to do. He's taking a massive supply lead now. MorroW's tanks are currently raining down death on the production of Dragon, but can't move forward, and Dragon is sieging this north expansion of MorroW while bringing the reinforcements from the rear as well. This could decide the game right here. This could decide the game.
I think the game is fairly decided. MorroW is running out of bases, whereas Dragon has recently just set up 2 more.
Yeah, exactly. And Dragon using the SCVs to kill this small attack of MorroW, and the Banshee is in there as well. It has been scanned. It is running out of energy, but it might just be able to just enough damage. But no, the Banshee
out
is
of energy,
going down, and the tanks are currently running to this final base of MorroW here. Dragon's tanks doing such a good job, but the SCVs doing a good job of tanking there. The 4's doing the damage in the back, but Dragon still has so many tanks waiting for MorroW's army, and I think this is so close right now.
It is very close, but the difference is MorroW is on 60 supply, whereas on Dragon is 82. And if we have a look at the unit count, Dragon has 33 SCVs to MorroW's 10. MorroW just can't mine, and there goes his 4s. His army has been all but destroyed, and this final mining base of MorroW has been forced to lift up, and his economy is in tatters right now.
Yeah, right now Dragon has 100 mineral income, MorroW has 20. And we all know 100 is better than 20. And Dragon using this Banshee just to clear up the remainder of the tanks. And once this front line has been demolished, it means that Dragon can expand, he can push out, etc, etc. It almost looks like Dragon has got this game in the bag, but it's still very close. 66 supply to 38. MorroW's trying to land a few bases, and Dragon's missile turret here might actually kill the expansion of MorroW.
It won't kill the expansion. This expansion will get down, but it is too late. Dragon is in such a good position, and the command center can't actually land because the SCVs were in the way because they were mining to the base that was already there. But Dragon has full map control. He is producing. Let's just have a look here. Nothing at the moment, actually. It's just MorroW producing SCVs, but the amount of tanks Dragon has is really impressive, and I really want to see Dragon start producing SCVs. I never thought I'd say that after last game, but I really want to see him start producing SCVs.
Dragon's mineral income just went from 100 to 2.2k.
So many mules. So many mules.
But MorroW is almost doing the exact same thing, but MorroW has far less command centers than Dragon. This is where the advantage comes in now. Dragon has more command centers, he has more mining, he can create more units, he's creating more bases, and eventually MorroW's just not going to have enough stuff. It doesn't matter how well positioned everything is. A Widow Mine on Widow Mine violence yet again. Hellions coming in, they're going to roast the rest of the SCVs.
The 4's moving forward, we'll probably see the SCVs trying to repair the 4s, but there's only so many minerals he can use to do that, and the 4s can't get in range because there's so many tanks right now. Hellions trying to roast the SCVs and now each other, and this is looking really bad for MorroW.
Yeah, MorroW just can't make units right now. He doesn't have any mineral income whatsoever. Completely zero, and he only has a 62 mineral bank. He's literally producing the last units he possibly can right now, which of course is the Banshee and the Widow Mines. He's trying to land this base, but Dragon's tanks are in range, and a Viking now just adding insult to injury as Dragon gets above the 100 supply mark. MorroW sitting comfortably, or shall I say uncomfortably, on 40 supply, and it is only getting lower as Dragon picks
there's no detection.
SCVs.
He can't land. He has to land that command center, and GG.
What an immense game there that we just seen.
That was spectacularly good, and that does also mean that it is going to be Dragon who will advance to play the loser out of Sage versus Adelscott.